People, OG back on the screen. I appreciate everybody who's been dropping likes, showing love, commenting, supporting, you know, just seeing the gems I've been dropping and appreciating it, and, you know, taking the time to watch the full videos and realizing, okay, a lot of times my information be pieced up and I bring it all to the end. I bring it all to a hole in the end, all right? But people were on me like, yo, the badges, oh, how it's going to play out. People were saying I was thinking about it wrong. Somebody commented in my comment section too, and I hope they comment this video, and they was like, nah, you're not going to have to unlock challenges for the first tiers. Every badge has an associated challenge, e.g. okay, well, I don't know what that means. Each category, maybe that's saying, I don't know. A shooting badge might require X numbers of threes. When completed, you can slot the badge. You can slot that badge into a core slot, which won't count towards your badge points. So every badge, right, has an associated challenge. Every badge. You see him saying this. Every badge. He didn't say only core badges have challenges. He said every badge. And then he broke it down right here saying, okay, so shooting badge might require X numbers of 3 made. You see how he said X? He's not really trying to even give crazy details, man. This is not even crazy details because it's probably going to be more than one challenge or like, and think about it, it's going to correlate to your stats. Shooting is hard, man. I want y'all to look at this real quick. Remember, we got delayed greens. He already said a 70. You're not going to be spraying with a 70. So think about it, y'all. Just be realistic. I got to be real here. I'm not holding no more cards. I already been breaking down the tier system without even seeing it. Mike Wang breaks it down days after I broke it down, and I'm on point with it. We got to unlock it. I already looked at it. I'm like, okay, if they're saying in words the core badges have to be unlocked with a challenge, okay, the core badges definitely got to be harder challenges. Think about it. And it's going to be based around your player. It's not even harder challenges. How can I put this? They'll just be like, how can I put this? Based around your player, right? You'll see what levels you got to do in order to get that challenge for that badge. So it's like a grind. It's like you can still become a good player at the end of the day. Let's say if it's like a tier 2 core you trying to get, right? And you trying to place that badge into your core spot, right? You got to do the challenge first, right? So let's say you try and do a challenge for the tier 2 spot or whatever, and you want to place it into your core. You see what I mean? Like that, something like that. But you can see they're obviously breaking it down. Now, look how James Harden is shooting close to the line. We got the new delayed greens, man. Just honestly, think about being in the park. We know when we seen this little MYCAREER gameplay, this little practice CPU gameplay, it ain't nothing. And this is probably somebody really shooting, but I'm just saying, you know, when we seen this, like, not online gameplay, it's nothing compared to how it will be when somebody's actually contesting you. We already seen how James Harden kind of got like a slow speed, so the game really gonna look more smooth, slow down, you know. Are they going to, he ain't gonna reply to none of these. See, that's the thing, because people are still not seeing that. This is what I'm trying to tell you that they're not showing you. Let me put it in word. When you build a player, right, when you first build a player, right, think about it. You're going to start off on some type of rookie level, some type of low level. You're going to be able to buy VC because we still see VCs in the game. You still get the 100,000 VC. You still see we get the packages in VC, right? So think about this, right? You're going to have a build that starts off on a low rookie level. We know that we get VC in the game because we still got the packages to where we get the 100,000 VC. You're still going to have to unlock badges on tier 1. Do not think tier 1 is bad. They just said they are the least powerful. Least powerful. So we got to take this whole concept of badges away where it's like, okay, Hall of Fame. Don't you know how we think of Super Hall of Fame? We just got to look at these tiers differently. We got to get the experience of how tier 1 is going to feel, how tier 2 is going to feel, and how tier 3 is going to feel all around. We got to play the game to feel it and know how it's going. But we can make the easy guesses and be like, okay, we're going to go with tier 3 shooting. We're going to be able to shoot. We know that. Tier 3 defense, we're going to be able to play defense. Tier 3 finishing, we're going to be able to finish. Tier 3 playmaking, we're going to be able to play make. Even if we booty cheeks at the beginning. You see what I'm saying? So I'm trying to give y'all those gems. You have high stats. You're going to start seeing videos. You're going to start hearing things and learning things. And then you already have the high stats to do it. So you're going to be good to go. But understand, we still got to do the challenges. This is their new thing that I feel like they're doing to separate players. Because obviously we're probably going to be able to do this in Park, MyCAREER, Rec. We probably gonna be able to do this everywhere, maybe. But I don't know. Maybe it'll be easier in MyCAREER. I know they changed the system in some way that they still ain't telling us yet. We're gonna see soon. But they're making these challenges. What I'm seeing it as, how I'm picking up on it, is like, okay, they want to make it skill based, because when players go in the park, just like last year, they're not giving us all the moves. Remember, it's seasons still. We still get seasons, so we're not getting all the moves off the rip. Remember this. So it's like, okay, they trying to make us all go into different directions and grind different tiers, different challenges. Everybody's not going to have the same stuff. Everybody's going to have different things based on whatever tier they're going for, you know, whatever stuff they're going for, or how they made their build. Now think about this, right? There may be some challenges where you may have to do dribbling and shooting to unlock certain. I'm thinking about for amped. You know, players are let's look at this. I look at it like this. Look, we look at the amp badge, right? Reduces the shooting attribute penalties when fatigued and when moving excessively prior to shooting. And when you start to read these badge descriptions, it sounds like things that you have to unlock on the first time. So of course, tier 1, let's say amped is tier 1, and think about it, they're probably going to break these badges down. Somebody told me they wanted me to break it down and what badges are going to be high tiers. I don't know. This badge amp probably could be actually a higher tier badge. Why do I say this? Because you're going to have stamina. Think about it. Reduces the shooting attribute. So think about you having to unlock a badge like this, right? Do a challenge for this badge. You're going to have to be moving, right? Getting yourself fatigued and then shooting. So how are you going to be able to make shots? Having good stamina. So when you're moving excessively, right, and when your stamina does go down, it's like, okay, you got a good stamina charge back up rate, because some staminas charge back up faster depending on what type of stamina you got, right? How much stamina you use. Watch my video back. I have to chime in because I noticed that you'll probably be able to get whatever badges your stats correlate to. They'll show you all the tiers you can unlock and all the challenges you can go for, basically. So if you don't have the stats requirements, you're not going to be able to do certain challenges. And then I'm pretty sure once you start doing the core challenges for each category, it gets a bit harder, because those badges are like free badges that count towards your player. And you'll probably be able to put certain tier badges in there, and it's like a free slot that doesn't count towards your points. So you can kind of customize and change around your badge setup, your loadout in unique ways, and have different little setups than other people. You know, you get those free 4 badge slots, you know, with a powerful badge there. So it doesn't count towards your points. So that's like free badges 2K giving you to make your player a little bit stronger. So we still have like a little all-starness to us, but it's balanced. It's one of each category. And then you're going to have to be able to have a high enough jump shot to knock down and make shots as well on top of that. So do you see how you're going to have playmaking in order to unlock some of these badges in shooting, like amp? You're going to have some type of playmaking to be able to create space, move excessively prior to shooting. So think about how they're going to really, and that's probably how I'm saying is probably not even their challenge. Whatever 2K has their challenge for to whatever tier, right? So it's like crazy. Like, yo, we don't know what and how long these challenges could be, what lengths they're making us do the challenge for. And maybe these new challenges, and they're probably being serious, because you know sometimes they could be shaky with challenges, but they took the idea from Live, right? Mike Wang used to work for Live. They took the idea from Live, right? And now with these challenges, it may be a little different. Now what? I also have this right here. Most, if not all, of the returning badges have been retuned or reworked in some way. Most of the returning badges. So he's talking about the returning badge. Why didn't he say the returning badges? Most. You see how he's just breaking it up too much, and it's like it could be very confusing. If something was OP in 22, don't assume it will be again. So I think about that like, okay, hold on. So I look at that and I'm like, okay, most of the badges will return. They say some badges have been made changes to, but they didn't say certain badges was being taken out. They didn't say circus trees was being taken out. That still confuses me. I know some people saying ton of badges referring to 16 badges per attribute category. I don't know how they doing it. I still am a little confused on that, because I know there's going to be certain badges here. Volume shooter definitely got to be one. Well, we probably just got to pick and choose out of here what they're going to do. I don't really know too much, but I know volume shooter, stop and pop, they have to be. And Deadeye for sure. Those badges definitely. In Green Machine. But everything else, I'm not sure. Out this, that. Some of the weaker badges were also buffed. What were their weaker badges? He ain't saying what the weaker badges was. I could make my assumptions on it. Like, But some of the weaker badges they took out. So you see what I'm saying? 2K has their own mindset on what they think is weak, what they think was stronger. Sometimes they may take community vote, but nah. So everybody sees this now, right? Confirmed by Mike Wayne himself. Confirmed. Everybody sees this. Confirmed by Mike Wayne himself. Every badge has an associated challenge. Every badge. So imagine if you do not have the stats. It's really like back to how it was in 17. You probably could do a challenge to unlock a badge on a low tier, but think about it. They probably got mad points. They probably got mad points if you want to probably go to get it on a certain level, right? And you probably only could get it on silver based on your build. And then it still be a certain amount of points. So it's like this challenge system is really going to break down how much players are using the same stuff, how much players are, what players got theirs before other players, so they probably are more skilled because they're already on tier 2, shooting tier 3. You know what I mean? Stuff like that. But still, it's challenges to unlock, and we still got to do that grind in my career. I knew they wasn't just going to give us badges off the rip. Like, I don't know why people was thinking that, but I knew they wasn't going to do that. And this whole new system right here with the jump shot speeds, the release, the timing, this changed the game entirely. This is going to even match up to the badges that you use. Like, some players may want to go with higher release heights, even though the timing may be slow and stuff like that, but just in the mid-range game with Midi Magician. You see what I'm saying? It's a lot of different combinations this year that you're going to be able to do. Last thing we want to get on this screen and show you guys, shooting has taken a big hit. Mike Wayne has said the 70s, please listen. He said it depends because he knows deep down in his mind there are very skilled players who can still have a 70 and hit. It doesn't mean, he said serviceable, so it doesn't mean, okay, the same skilled players who could hit with the 70s are going to be doing the same thing this year. No, we're going to feel it if we do have a build with a 70. Like, let's say if I make a lockdown and I have a 75 3-ball with him, I'm going to feel that. Yeah, I can add on boost and I'll probably get a little bit of a help, but no, they made an extra patch to where I'm going to feel that. I'm going to feel it regardless because I'm a lockdown shooting and there's a delayed. I don't know if I'm getting the green till it hits the rim, so that's already going to make players second guess before they even take the shot. Not me, because I always stay relaxed. You know, we get everybody that's under and with OG with the IRL basketball play style. We gonna have the relaxed mind states and know how to play off rip. So look at this. James Harden is shooting close to the rack, right? When we go back and we look at his shot, right? James Harden, where he at? Boom, boom. Release speed, he got a good speed. Time and impact, A-, so that's good. Defensive immunity, B. But we see how close James Harden is close to the line. And when we think about it, James Harden doesn't really shoot limitlesses. He's not like that. He'll probably get a little bit back to, like, let me pause it. Like, he'll probably get back to, like, right here, maybe, sometimes. But he ain't like Curry, like how Curry come pulling up from this area. This is why they have this area back here, like where you can still hit limitless threes, and they gonna have that there. Limitless is definitely my bag. And right here on the screen, it shows hot zones are back. So hot zones still will be in the game. Hot zone hunter is just not there because hot zones naturally gave you a boost. Like if a player got their hot zones, didn't run hot zone hunter, and still shot with other badges, other shooting badges, volume shooter, they still will be stroking because they are in their hot spots. They're not going to get that lag green. So understand that hot zones are back. We're going to get those boosts from the hot zones. James Harden don't be in this area right here, like all the way back. So we know like they got him shooting up close. This is probably like his range right here. The 3-point line is very far. Please, it looks short on 2K, but it's very far in real life. So Curry really be shooting from back here is crazy. It's y'all don't even understand. But look, right here, you see that's that area for like that B-. So that A, you probably gonna need that A to kind of stretch back here. A+, A-, you gonna need it. A. See how they got it? It's 3 levels before you get, so realize that. A-, A+. Okay. Now, to wrap this up, somebody told me he wants me to make my guess on what do I think the core badges will be this year for NBA 2K23, because they're going to have them separate and categorize as what they think is their strongest ones. Remember, they made tiers. So whatever is the bronze tiers for the tier 1s for shooting, finishing, playmaking, defense, they made their choices. Like I said, it's their own chessboard. This is what people got to get used to. I'm telling y'all this now. So whatever, you should go in their game with a mindset to adapt from this point on watching this video. Because if you think about it, they just told us they're giving us a tier system. They already got levels that's tier 1 and letting us know, okay, these are tier 1 and they're the least powerful, right? Okay. So they're basing it out the level. So what do I think? It's going to still correlate to your stats. That's what I feel like it's going to end off to. Like, it's going to correlate to your stats, but they're going to let us know. It's just like when you make it's just like when you make one of those weird builds and you got to put the stats a certain way and it's going to take away certain things. It's the same system, y'all. It's just with tiers now. It's like 3 levels. They cut out Hall of Fame. They took that out, basically. So I know Limitless is going to be one of the ones you're going to have like a 95. That's how I think it's going to be, y'all. That's how I look at it. It's like these badges, there's going to be challenges for the core spots. Remember, there's challenges to put it in the core spots. So those challenges, when you go to shoot, remember, you get 1 in each category. It's a challenge for each of them. So depending on your stats, it's like you're going to have to pick one of them to get in the core. Y'all let me know, how hard was it in live to do certain challenges? Was it balanced? Could certain builds that had certain stats, if it was low, still be able to do the challenge? Anybody that plays live, please let me know. Please supply that information in my comment section below. That will make this video even 100 times better, because it's just going to show how I told y'all beforehand they taken from that system, they copying the tiers. NBA Live has the core badges and they up on the screen and y'all see how they work. Oh man. And I have to touch on one more part about these core badges. It's a point system. The core badges is just free slots that you can have strong badges on certain tiers in them, and they don't affect your normal badge points. Think about it. You'll probably be able to get Limitless still on certain builds, but think about it. They're going to have it at certain tiers. You're going to have to unlock the challenge and do the challenge, and depending on your stats, you're not going to be able to do certain challenges. So you're going to be just left with a silver tier, or, you know, a standard bronze tier, or, you know, the first tier. So that's how I see like the system's going to play out. It's like a little point system. They probably literally nerfed a lot of reductions in what badges you can use with their normal badges. I feel like it's gonna be the same build system. You're gonna have your badges, how much badges, however you maximize towards your certain build, whatever, however you go in the categories. But they really gonna balance it out this year. I can see a big balance coming. Y'all hit that like, subscribe.